La. Mist-covered forests, frozen lakes, long-buried secrets. The world is changing. Railways spread, science overtakes superstition. Cities rise, along with the illusion of safety. But beyond the light, deep in the woods on windswept shores, something older stirs. This is Vaesen, a Nordic horror role-playing game set in 19th century Northern Europe. The players you see around me are part of the Society, a secret order cursed with the sight. They see what others deny. Creatures of myth and nightmare are real, and they do not like to be forgotten. But sometimes the greatest horror is the one we carry. Welcome to Vaesen. So, in last week's episode, the Society's investigation in Farnsta took a darker turn. Behind the graveyard, they uncovered 3 ancient monoliths, pagan stones older than the church itself, along with fresh clawed tracks. When Anna pushed the northern stone, it revealed a hidden tunnel beneath, the true lair of the Church Grimm. Suspecting forged documents, the group visited Dorothea Skytt, who offered polite hospitality and subtle warnings. She confessed her plans to sell the land for her daughter Wilhelmina's future, but hinted the Grimm might be older than the church, tied not to faith, but the land itself. She urged the group to return to the stones at sunrise. More secrets followed. Anna discovered strange robes bearing a pentagram and the words League of the Free. Julian found 2 hidden documents in Marta Karlstrom's home, one suggesting the Grimm's corpse must be destroyed by fire, the other exposing their patron, von Meyer's true motive, mineral wealth beneath the village. Meanwhile, someone rifled through the group's possessions. Henrik Bible and lantern vanished. I don't remember that. Anna's cleaned pistol disappeared, and an ominous saltwater stain appeared on her coat. Then the bell rang, signaling the Grimm. The team scrambled to safeguard Dorothea and Ingvar Nystrom, who returned home briefly to change. Henrik stood vigil at the chapel's door, but at midnight a scream tore through the night. Nystrom was found dead on the church steps, mutilated. In the chaos, Julian inexplicably turned on Henrik, seriously injuring him. As Anna tried to intervene, Maud spotted the Grimm vanishing into the forest just as young Wilhelmina sprinted after it. Anna followed into the trees and was met by an unnatural, suffocating silence. So, I'd like to point out to people watching online that summary that I read is actually written by them and not by me. I do not necessarily subscribe to everything that is contained within these summaries, but that is how they interpret things. So, based on your interpretation, people and wondrous society members, what's going on? It is the middle of the night. Anna is in the middle of the woods, unable to hear, see anything, because it's dark. And the rest of you are kind of still out by the church with the rest of the village gathered around you. Henrik has a little bit of a blooded nose, and Julian has steam bellowing out of his ears.
Yep. Just my own personal thing. Please, can we clarify where Julian and Henrik are hurt? Because I would like to visualize it.
You're going to get some pleasure out of that.
I do.
Well, okay then. Julian, Henrik. Julian, where did you hit him?
I'm fairly certain I sort of went for the jaw.
I mean, that's kind of the impression that I got, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I just said blooded nose.
Like, potentially.
So twice in the same spot.
That sounds nice.
So
I did say last week I specifically was aiming for Julian's nose.
Oh. Broken nose on poor Julian.
Didn't hit him though.
You did, yeah.
So
Oh
why
yes,
have
he
I
did.
got
Yes.
So why have I got 2 physical health then? I was going to say.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, yes, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yes, Julian, you definitely have a nosebleed.
I'm fairly certain that literally my last words last week were, "Where's Anna?" or something along those lines.
Pretty much.
I don't think she hid when she ran off. She was literally screaming Wilhelmina as she ran. It wasn't a subtle escape. You and Henrik were just too busy being like, "Rawr."
Yeah.
Let's see who has the most testosterone in this village.
Yeah, that's literally what this is at this point, I think. So yeah, Julian's gonna sort of wipe his, nose on his cuff and take off in the direction he heard the shouting. Didn't he have... No, he had a lantern or something with him. He had something fiery.
Yeah.
He came prepped.
Yeah. So we had the lanterns and things in the house.
Yes.
One of them. Anna did not.
So, tell me. Let's go.
Well, off I go.
Where?
I'm following where I believe the shouts have come from. That sounded like Anna's.
Okay. Henrik?
I will
Taika?
go back into the church and grab like a candelabra and then follow.
A candelabra for the Julian Cabra.
I think Henrik should stay. You are too injured, my friend.
Okay, I'll hand you the candelabra.
Thank you. I will carry it with honor.
I'm here for the Henrik Taika friendship.
It's called teamwork. Taika follows Julian, obviously. Can't lose Anna.
Yes, I have to say Taika is probably the most teamwork orientated.
The most teamwork, and yet the most secretive. Right, anyway, so yes, I've run off.
Really? You think Taika is the most secretive?
Taika.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out at some point.
I hope so.
Maud, will you stay with Henrik, maybe?
Yes, why not? If we're
Be
splitting up,
quiet, Emma.
if we're splitting up, we should at least stay in large enough numbers that we can fend off evil.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe, by some stroke of miracle, I heard Sebastian's voice.
Oh. Did that actually come through?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I assumed it wasn't
my
working.
Well,
The walls and ceiling of hell are slightly icy.
bend me over and poke me with a pitchfork. I am amazed.
Typical. As soon as my voice comes through, everyone starts making hell references. What is the connection there?
Anyway, I run off to where I think Anna shouts. Were.
Okay. So I'd like you to give me observation roll, please.
Observazione. Oh, well, if my mouse decides to work. I love this little mouse.
Me too, I presume?
For God's sake.
Yes.
My observation is literally at max. That is nonsense.
There, Taika.
Do we see a trail or something?
The place where Anna fell.
Yes, you can follow the trail. The trail? The trail.
Or her lantern, even.
Okay, right. for some reason, I'm going to have to... No, let me turn...
Did Anna have a lantern?
No.
No, I don't think she did.
Oh, so new this week for people watching online, we now have subtitles. And I am
We have
fairly...
subtitles?
We've got closed captions now.
Nice!
And
Again, the minute you can hear my voice, suddenly there's subtitles. Is this a dig at my accent?
It's like him. No, mate, he's from Devon. Not got a clue.
yes, and it's now saying it online for people watching. So I'm fairly certain that they will not be completely accurate a lot of the time. I've already seen,
Especially with some of these Swedish words. But
I mean, it most amusingly, what Carl said about his accent, it totally translated incorrectly. That was fabulous.
I love how you say
least I'm just
translated as opposed to transcribed. We are translating Carl.
Anyway, so yes, you're able to follow. You start following the tracks. Anna, what are you doing? Because you stopped and kind of realised that everything was really, really quiet.
So I then proceeded to shout Wilhelmina at the top of my lungs, trying to find out where she's got to.
Okay.
Do I roll with that observation in investigation?
You can absolutely give me an observation roll. Okay. And how long are you going to shout for?
Essentially, just a big shout.
Just a big shout. Okay.
A big shout to make her, if she can hear me, and if she can't, I'm going to look around trying to find the trail and try and follow her.
Okay.
So let's run.
So again, you've run into the woods without a light. So if you can use either investigation or observation to see if you can find her trail.
Cool. I've done observation.
And you're going to need more than one pass.
Damn it! All right.
Wow!
Whoa!
Check that out!
Yes, go on, Anna.
That in your smoke and pipe it.
So, from where you stand, you see one trail leading away from where you are. Only one. So that makes it quite easy to follow. And as you follow the trail, which is there's some broken twigs and a few bits as you go along, you see in front of you a light. It's a moving lantern. Somebody's moving along with the lantern.
Somebody's moving along with some crisps as well.
I'm going to call out Wilhelmina and go after the lantern.
Okay, you hit Wilhelmina, and suddenly from the silence right in front of you, Julian and Taika, you hear Wilhelmina, and then suddenly Anna comes out of the gloom towards you.
God damn it! Anna's going to turn around. Where the fuck is she?
What?
Definitely not where we came from.
We came to get you.
I was looking for Wilhelmina, but I found tracks that they've gone this way. Wilhelmina! Anna's going to shout again. Get lanterns up, folks. We've got to find her.
Julian puts it's a lantern I have, not a torch. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Lantern up and sort of looks around, going a few paces out to see if there's anything on the ground, anything like that. Should I do investigation or observation?
I investigate the ground.
Okay. Artie investigates the ground. If you are trying to observe what is going on, then observation would be...
For crying out loud. It's this nose. The nose is hurting me so much that I've still got tears in my eyes and I can't actually see. I can't see.
Anna just got 3 successes. She's feeling very pleased with herself.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
This is going to be one... You want to say it out loud. This is
So...
going to be...
So, who is that?
Sorry,
It's Sebastian, isn't it? What are you doing?
Sorry, I thought I'd muted myself. Apologies.
Carl,
No.
are you cutting your nails?
No, I was tracing a film lid.
Right. So, with your stabby, yes. So we've got 2 successes from Taika and 3 from Anna. So, studying the ground and everything around you, what you work out is that you can only find evidence of your passing. And you find no trace of Wilhelmina at all.
Where did she go?
You follow the tracks back to the entrance of the wood, and you see where your paths diverged.
Mhm.
So when you entered the wood, you kind of bulldozed straight ahead, whereas Wilhelmina veered off to the left,
God damn it.
kind of heading in the direction of going around behind the church.
God damn it. Anna's gonna.
And you lose track of her trail very quickly. She is clearly very, very experienced in the woods.
Let's go to the church then. See if we can find her anywhere around there.
So meanwhile, Henrik and Maud and Sebastian, what are you people up to?
Well, I assume there's been a crowd of villagers show up around the body of the dead priest.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, there's. I mean, pretty much everyone is there. We had because you had a brief conversation with Marta. So yeah, pretty much everyone from the village is there and fairly horrified at things that are going on and are concerned about certainly what happened to our poor Ingvar.
I know we've got a pretty good idea of what to expect, but whilst the Grimm's not at home, is it worth us having a look and seeing what else is down under there? Because my assumption is that the temple or altar or whatever they've actually been using for their local beliefs is under there. So perhaps there are more clues there that we haven't seen yet.
What inside
temple?
the tunnel?
What temple? What are you talking about?
My assumption is that
there's a whole load of villagers staring at each other and staring at you.
I believe the traditions of the Grimm go back further than the presence of this particular church, and that we understand the Grimm lives under the church, and I thought it would be worth having a look and seeing if there are any clues where he lives as to why he's now attacking people who are directly associated with the church, which seems outside of what he's supposed to do.
So there's the Grimm tunnel, because we know the Grimm isn't in it right now, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We know he's not at home, so it's a good time.
I'm sorry, so you think there's a tunnel under here? And how do you know the Grimm isn't there?
We saw it run into the wood.
It ran off into the woods after it attacked the.
And where do you think it was going?
I don't know, but others of our party are gone to try and determine that.
Okay. I mean, if it's killed and eaten somebody, don't you think it might have had enough for the night and gone home?
Possibly, but we've had people on the ground.
How do you know? How do you know that there's tunnels and things under here?
Our investigations so far have dug up elements of the history and heritage around the Grimm that have pointed us in that direction.
Marta, apparently these people say that there's tunnels under here. Do they? Tunnels? Under the village? Tell me more. Do you think this is something to do with why that poor man was killed?
Well, we think that he was killed by the Grimm, but we understand the tradition of the Grimm is to defend the church. He is, as much as there can be, a personification of the church. So for him to be attacked by the Grimm appears to be a change in what we've understood its habits and behaviours to be. So we'd like to try and look where we think its lair might be to see if we can understand why its behaviour would change so.
So my understanding of the Grimm from the folklore of the area is that it is predominantly only around at night, because that is when it is at its strength. And you think that going into its lair during the day at night, while it's at the height of its powers, you think that's safe?
Well, there's two reasons I think now would be a good time to do it. The first is that we think it's still out. We believe it ran away, and we believe it ran away from the church after it killed the priest, and that it's still absent at the moment. I might be wrong on that, but that is what I think. But the other thing as well is that my understanding is that the bell tolls the night before when it's going to kill. We know it has killed tonight, so I don't know if there's a reason necessary to think that it's going to do so again.
I see. I mean, I certainly wouldn't go down there at night, with my understanding of the situation. But obviously, you all must do what you feel is right. I mean, your colleague here is certainly looking rather worse for wear, but obviously, you all must do what you feel is right.
Well, I think naturally it's inclined to protect the church. It seems like it's had its reasons shifted, but as long as we are not presenting a threat necessarily, then we ought to not be a target anyway, even if it were to still be there.
Well, I think I speak for the village where I say you won't catch any of us going down there, so it will be on your own heads should that be something you wish to do. And the people around kind of nod generally.
Oh, by the way, who's heard of the League of the Free?
The what, I'm sorry?
The League of the Free.
The League of the Free?
Anybody heard of that? I'm looking specifically at Marta's face while I mention it.
I see. Well, give me an observation roll then.
But I'm asking the whole village, but I'm specifically looking into Marta's face with a 3.
With a 3. Well, you certainly see her eyes widen momentarily. I'm not sure I'm particularly familiar with that term. Is it some sort of organization that's wanting independence in Sweden or something like that?
Nobody else heard of this? No, it's a mystical organization. Anybody else heard?
Everyone's kind of looking at each other and shaking their heads, and then somebody says, "Don't we think we ought to head back home? It's late, it's dark. There's nothing we could do for the Father Nystrom now. I'm not sure I like being out if the Grimm is afoot. At least we're not."
If somebody wants to move the body off the steps, though, that would probably be good. The arm is inside.
Oh yes, that's an excellent point. We'll get some group of people. Father, I'm sorry, I know you're a little bit worse for wear, but isn't it normal under these sort of things that some sort of blessing or something on the body, is that not traditional? I'm really not used to seeing death like this.
Yeah, so I will get to my feet, and once the arm has been put closer to the body so it's all together, and hopefully covered up with something, I'll give a...
Yeah, well, there's shroud cloths in the... if you remember, there's some shroud cloths at the back of the church.
All right. So I'll go grab one, and I'll do a lovely little benediction to my brother in Christ and all that stuff.
Okay. KKK.
And then, is Sebastian, are we going to approach the standing stones? Was that your plan?
Well, given that they've kindly volunteered to head home, I thought perhaps we could leave them some time to do so, so we don't get observed necessarily. It might be better if not everybody knows where the entrance is.
Okay, we can go back into the church and sit at the side door that's facing that direction to see if we see our colleagues' lanterns or anything.
Okay.
There's a general inclination to leave, and you all have taken some time doing what you had to do with the body of the priest. So I'm hoping Andrew will tell me otherwise, but I'm hoping most people would have left by the time we're ready to do anything anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, everyone is kind of shuffling off, but you're getting lots of stares. You are all being sized up, most notably. Right, so people in the woods, what's going on? Is at this point...
Heading around the edge of the trees where we saw a little bit of a path go, and then just still heading that way. And
so what, you're ploughing through the woods, or are you...
No, skirting like around the outside, like her footsteps were going around towards the church.
So kind of on, you're leaving the woods and following around the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. So in which case you'll see the last of the villagers disappear, and you'll see Henrik, Sebastian, and I don't know what Maud's doing, but Henrik and Sebastian at the very least disappearing, going into the church.
Into the church building.
Mm-hmm.
All right, leave them to it. And go skirt around the graveyard along the edge of the trees, trying to see any sign of Wilhelmina anywhere.
Okay. And Tyker and Julian doing the same?
Yeah, we're with
okay. Observation rolls then for people.
Anna failed.
What a surprise! I've just had a hat trick.
Yeah, it's definitely the nose. Well, none of you see anything. No trace. Nothing.
Keep going around.
I'll turn to Anna and say, "What do you want to do? Do you want to go down? Do you want to go down there? See if we can do anything. There might be something.
Burn it.
There might be something we can set fire to. Yes.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
If we set a fire and close the door, so to speak,
then the thing won't be able to get her wherever it's got to.
Hopefully. It's a big risk.
You're going to set a fire where?
You'll find out.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, let's do it. So we think it's in the wall, but do we want to check down the tunnels just to be on the safe side?
Yes.
You were told it was in the foundations.
Yes. Right, let's go down the tunnel. See if we can find the foundations.
So you're heading round to the standing stone
to go wandering in darkened corridors beneath the church.
Okay, so at that point then Leaf and Sebastian and whatever Maud's doing. Maud, what are you doing?
Maud has fished out some arnica for Henrik's mangled face and then gone with them into the church.
Okay. So, Henrik did say about keeping an eye out for the others. So, Henrik, if you're by the door keeping an eye out, you see Tyka and Julian's lanterns bobbing in the direction of the standing stones.
I indicate that to Sebastian with a questioning look.
We were planning on going in anyway. We probably had better do it now before other people make different decisions, shall we say?
Sure. Grab another candelabra and head out towards the standing stones.
A candelabra for the Julian Carbra. Right, you are then. Okay. So by the time you reach the standing stones, Anna and Julian have opened the gateway, or at least you assume that that's what they've done, because as you get there, you'll see Julian and Anna stood at the entrance to the descent into the cave.
Did you two open this? I ask.
No, they did not.
Oh shit! Come on, Anna's going to start heading straight down. Who's got lanterns? Julian had a lantern, didn't he?
Julian
Yes,
and
I
Tyke
go
does.
straight in after her.
Come on.
Vigilance roll, please, from you two at the front.
1, 6, 7.
Oh,
hello, Julian. Finally.
That's where all of Julian's successes
I can feel everything for a mile the minute I put my foot on the first step.
Law of averages.
I am attuned.
Okay, I shall send this to you privately, because you deserve this with that success.
Thank you all, whatever it might be. I think if it's rubbish and horror, then don't.
Don't.
Just don't.
We see a map on the wall, and it takes exactly to where the cat is buried, and then we get rid of it.
I don't think it's a cat though. But I don't know if they'd have
Grimm,
had
the
jaguars or
Grimm was
something.
made from a cat, so that's what we're searching for, a little dead cat we can set fire to. Sorry, Tyka.
Well, we know that the body of
I
the cat
will remember this.
We figured that out last week. The body of the cat is in the actual church. This is just where the Grimm sleeps.
We don't know that.
Yes.
I think it's underneath. I think the paths will lead.
Julian, are you going to
Yes.
read? Are you going to pay any
Alright.
attention?
Sorry. It's here.
Great. Anna pulls that off her rifle off her back. Where?
It's right ahead of us, but remember, it can't be killed through normal means. We need fire.
Chuck me a lantern then.
You sure about this?
Given that part of its targeting process is whether things perceive a threat, do we think tooling up with the weapons is potentially counterintuitive?
All right then.
Julian passes the lantern.
Stay back. Anna's
No,
gonna,
we need fire and original body, not this one.
Anna's gonna walk down the corridor towards.
Repeat that, Tyka.
We need fire and the original body, not this one.
Both?
It is the original body that needs to be burnt by fire, not
I'm
the
trying-
Grimm itself.
I'm trying to find the body.
And that's assuming that we do actually want to destroy
Anna's
it.
walking towards it.
But somebody said last week that it was definitely in the foundations of the castle.
We're
the
going to
church.
the castle, the foundation of the church.
Sorry, the church. Sorry, the church.
So we're going. This leads underground, hopefully to the foundations.
Okay, maybe.
Anna's going to use her compass to try and, if there's any paths or diverging on this corridor, she's going to try and work
Your
her way
compass
towards
doesn't
the
have a
church.
north, south, east, west, though, does it?
I've got more. I've got more on one compass.
Oh, you have a normal one as well.
Yeah, I
don't
have a
you?
normal compass.
Yes. Okay. So you take your normal compass out,
Mhm.
and the dial just spins.
Great.
'Cause it's
See-
an iron
Seeing
line.
Anna look a bit confused at that. Anna, come back. We'll convene.
No, it's an iron mine. The compass won't work.
Damn it. Anna, come back.
Well
Anna's
done,
gonna-
Sebastian.
Anna takes another step forward.
Anna.
Oh no. Okay. Anna starts moving backwards.
Julian sort of backs out himself, but he's waiting for sort of Anna to make it out before, like, he turns.
Anna's sort of standing in the corridor trying to decide what to do here. Whether to go forward, whether to go back. Are there any paths in this, Andrew, or is it literally just a solid corridor?
So when you came down here the first time, you had got a bit further, and you saw that there were holes in the corridor further along, but you haven't got that far this time.
Okay.
I think we should look at the church from the outside and inside and try to find any sign of where they actually put the body. Maybe there's a mark or something.
We did that.
Did we do it thoroughly?
Yes,
Where
you
we
nearly got
presume it
yeeted
is?
up into the rafters.
I wasn't.
Yes, you did.
No, it
All
was an
right,
idea.
fine, let's get out of here.
I want to go and find Karlstrom.
Which one's Karlstrom? Marta?
Marta.
Yes. Let's go find her.
Mm.
And do what? Interrogate her?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that what I think it is?
It's
What do you mean?
What thinks?
Physically interrogate her is what I'm saying.
Oh,
You mean torture?
yes.
Because I don't think she's gonna talk just because we show up.
No, I was thinking do a little bit more than show up.
At this point, no one, it seems, has been honest with us from the beginning. And I'm getting tired of it.
We still don't know who wrote the fake letter. And Marta did not explain the pentagram robes that she has.
Wait, didn't we compare the writing to Marta's?
Yeah, there was no... Inconclusive was the answer. We just
Was it?
know it wasn't the priest.
Odd?
Yeah, I re-listened to this whole thing last night so I could write the annals.
I thought it looked similar or something, no?
It was inconclusive.
Yeah, so it had similarities. but it couldn't be the same.
Similarities, but you couldn't say conclusively it was the same hand.
Well, let's agree we pretend that we think it's her hand then, at least, to have some sort of leverage initially.
Sure. We still know, so we still haven't figured that out, but we know somebody faked it. And I just found out that Marta just lied about knowing the League of the Free because we found the
Wait,
robes
what?
in her closet.
You asked Marta about the League of the Free.
I asked the whole village.
Why?
Because he's an idiot, that's why.
Henrik, you've literally tipped our hand now.
No, I shook the tree, and I know Marta lied to us.
We know she
Okay,
lied.
don't
We found
laugh.
the fucking robes in her cupboard.
Can I suggest we stop having a conversation in the middle of the tunnel with the Grimm? And if people want to go off and do an interrogation, they do.
I think we have to find the entrance or something.
All right, fine.
Well-
Let's get out of here and we'll close up this blasted tunnel behind us.
I was just thinking that perhaps one person on their own is less of a threat. That's an issue. Why don't you all go off and do the interrogation, and I'll try and see if I can see what is beyond the Grimm and whether there are actually clues there in terms of the temple type thing that I think might exist.
Sebastian, you can't go past that thing on your own.
By yourself.
It's
Not a
not
good
a
idea,
threat.
old man.
It's worth a go if we can make it non-threatening. This thing is either being controlled by somebody who needs to give it direct orders, or it's defending against threats, in which case I just won't be threatening.
Oh my god. Anna pinched her nose. All right, I'll go with you.
You are the most Slytherin of us.
I don't want Sebastian to go in there on his own.
Well, Maud can stay.
I don't want Maud to go and face the thing on her own either.
She has a dog.
She's armed with a quarterstaff.
Anyway, what time is it now?
I think it's down there and it's not shifting for the night.
So I want everybody.
So why didn't the door close behind it?
Because someone needs to close the door.
Which is why we were told to be here at dawn.
I want everybody to give me a force roll.
Oh, sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
all of you who have failed are feeling too tired at the moment, and you're feeling like anything that you know that you're at the point where if you do anything, you will start to be physically impaired. Because you guys have been running around all over the place since 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's now 3 o'clock the following morning.
Maud, how many force rolls are you rolling?
All of them. She's going to keep rolling.
I just ended up rolling loads as well because I clicked on force and then was going to click on the test button and it just rolled it every time.
It does it for you now.
So, yeah. It's obviously changed it. I didn't realise I was rolling 3 times, but the first one I rolled, I failed.
Functioning. It didn't look like it was working on my screen at all. So I was just trying to make it work.
Anna and Sebastian failed. Maud and Julian are both kind of, I mean, they're tired, but they're surviving.
Why don't we go back to Karlstrom's? We can either sleep or we can interrogate.
I can't see one from Tyker.
But that thing's down there, and
I have 2.
Oh yes, I see it. Yeah, I went straight past you. Sorry.
All right, fine. Let's go. Someone help me shut.
And
okay, since I'm...
Can I also say, don't forget? I don't know why I'm helping you.
There's a dead body in the church.
No, you were.
We were told to come wait here at dawn.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't close it. Let's see if it happens automatically at 7 o'clock in the morning, or if somebody actually comes over here to close.
But who's going to stand guard here then all night?
I'll sleep here up against the wall. I've had worse.
They don't need to be there all night. They just need to be back there in time for the dawn.
And who's going to actually go away, sleep, and come back in time? We're all absolutely exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Speak for yourself.
It'll still be better in the morning if we've had some sleep.
Tyker will stay around as the most wakeful of them all.
Right, you stay with Julian and
I'll stay.
Let's go see Marta.
Okay.
All right. If
So
Julian
what,
and Tyker are staying here.
So what? Are you two going to prop yourselves up by the church or something, or what?
Yes.
I guess.
Try and make sure it's somewhere you're not going to get spotted by whoever's going to turn up, of course. Especially if you end up falling asleep there, you know what I mean?
Well, I had that little bench by the side door that you could still look outside. That's a nice spot. That you can still look over the...
Okay. So the rest of you are heading back to Marta's?
Yes.
Okay, actually what I'm going to do, just for, particularly for the people watching online, let's just...
Power to the people.
Let's just sync the view so that they can see the village map there with the ill behaviour. Back once again.
With a renegade master.
Indeed. Right. So the rest of you head back to Martha's, and what's your plan?
Find Marta and interrogate her.
Okay. So you get to the house, and there is nobody up.
I'm going to go up and whack on her bedroom door. Marta? Marta, you in there? Anna tries the handle.
It's locked.
Anna bangs louder. Marta! God damn it, Tyker's not here. God damn it. Fine, all right. I was going to go back downstairs. I'm heading to fucking Skytt's bloody house. Who's coming?
Well, did you want to try to open the door, see if she's actually in there?
Well, Henry, my only way of opening the door is to literally knock it down with my foot. And I don't think that's the best plan.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
I'm following you right now. I'm a bit tired, but I mean,
you're looking pretty rough, I ain't gonna lie.
so, but at least my mental facilities to aid in interrogation are available to you. But what are we gonna get from the Skytts?
Well, at least we need to tell her that her daughter's gone into the woods.
Well, she was there.
Why didn't she go after her then? I'm going to the Skytt's house. Who's coming?
Yeah, we're sticking together.
All right,
Yeah.
come on.
Everybody stay together.
Hold hands. Right, Anna's going to go and bang on Skytt's door. Dorothea!
The door eventually opens, and Dorothea is stood there.
Has Wilhelmina come home?
I don't know. To be honest, she sometimes goes out all night.
You let your child go out all night?
Yes.
Aren't you concerned, especially since tonight the priest's arm got ripped off by a giant beast?
The Grimm has struck. It is unheard of that it would do so again in the same night.
It's also unheard of that it would attack a priest.
Is it?
Yes, it's meant to protect the land, the priest, the holy shit.
It's not supposed to protect the priest. It's supposed to protect the land.
What do you know about this creature?
That actually contradicts one of the things we found out in
No, it doesn't.
our original.
What have you found out?
What do you know about this thing?
Only what I've already told you.
You told
It
us to
protects
stand
the-
there at dawn.
It protects the church. It protects the church, and it protects the land.
You told us to go and wait, and that we would see something of interest at dawn. What would we see?
She smiles at you. There's no point in me telling you. You need to see it.
Anna draws her knife. I'll ask you again. What will we see?
Are you threatening me, young lady?
Yes,
Because
I'm a young lady.
if so, I would like you to leave my property now, please. And she shuts the door.
No, Anna's going to stop her closing the door. Anna's sticking her foot in.
I'm considering this a bit of a threat against my person.
Yes.
I thought you were here on behalf of Mr. DeWitt, and that you're here to indeed negotiate and solve what's happened to
We are.
Mr. Van Meyer's people.
Singularly unconcerned that there is a Grimm tearing apart your village.
I am just not reacting the way that you are. Doesn't make my concern any less.
I think it does.
Well,
You
you're
know more
entitled to
than
your
I
opinion. Now, please, get your foot out from my door. I would like to go to sleep.
No.
She looks at the others. Will you please control your companion?
Anna's going to push inside the house.
Dorothea, people have been lying to us since we got here.
And that's not my problem. Leave my house now.
Unless it was you. Unless you are one of the people lying to us. So can you answer my colleague's question?
Get out of my house.
What do you know about Marta?
She pushes you out and shuts the door.
Fucking hell. Damn it. Right.
She might not be giving us all the information, but she's told us where to look. I think she's about as cooperative as anyone's getting around here, so we need to try not to burn any bridges we've got.
Well, I think Anna's just done that for you.
I
so.
think that's
Yeah.
done.
These bloody town folks.
Can I have a force roll from everyone, please? Apart from those at the church.
Two success.
Okay. Maud is ready to drop.
Oh.
Anna is just about awake. Now, let me tell you, for people that are failing their passes, if you do not rest, you will take penalty dice to any rolls you make from the next day.
God. Right.
I mean, you're people. You're not superhuman. If you don't sleep...
Yeah, I know there's a lot we all want to do, but we need to go home and rest and then do it tomorrow when we are able to do it, rather than fail at doing it now because we're too tired.
I don't want to go back to that creepy, weird house where someone's searching our fucking luggage the whole time.
Well, let's try to all stay in the same room with our luggage so we detect if somebody tries to do it.
All right, let's do that. All right.
With the blinds open so we will be alerted to the early dawn. Like, yeah, maybe in like the downstairs room.
All right, sounds good. I'm just going to go and find a sofa or an armchair and sit in that and try and go to sleep.
Someone online has just said, Dorothea must be tough to beat out Anna. Didn't help.
Especially
that
you
Anna,
had a knife out. Like she pushed you out holding a knife.
It didn't help that Anna failed her
No.
attempt to be pushy.
Indeed. Right.
So you're going back to Martyrs, and you're all gathering in one room.
Mm-hmm.
You've got about about 3.5 hours till sunrise. So
I'm just going to go upstairs, grab her bag and pillow and things from upstairs, and then come down and then go to sleep quite quickly.
okay.
Same here.
Are people trying to wake for sunrise?
Yeah, we want to get up there to 7 o'clock. That's our only lead that we have right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to be back in 1 minute.
Can those that are... Oh, sorry, Tyker.
Hey,
What happened?
I noticed God doing something.
They have changed how some of the stuff interacts here, and I just accidentally rolled for Tyker.
Don't spend all my successes.
So you guys, you've been clicking and it's rolling tonight.
Yeah.
So for those of you that sometimes get to add dice to your roll, if you right click, there's an option on there now that says adjust.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So we can adjust without needing to edit and then go through. That makes sense. Because I was, of course, editing it each time and then putting it back, and that was...
Oh, no, I think...
No,
I think that's just a way that you can add and subtract your things. Okay.
Isn't that edit?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, edit does it as well, but adjust is just a quick way of doing it. Okay, so those of you who are sleeping at the house, can you all give me a vigilance roll, please?
Vigilance.
And I will roll for Henrik whilst he is out of the room.
Maud 0, Anna 0, Sebastian 1.
Okay, so those who pass will wake before dawn.
Anna is out.
Those who don't pass will be dependent on being woken by others.
I'm assuming Henrik and I will then wake everybody else. I know he's not here right now, but it seems like the obvious thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because Anna and Maud, which kind of fits because they're both the ones that failed their force tests as well, so they were somewhat more fatigued. So yes. So you guys will wake in time for sunrise. So are you going to go and join Taika and Julian at the church?
Yes, although I think we need to approach carefully because we don't know where other people are coming from, so we don't want to, whoever it is we're trying to catch, to see us.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then rubs her eyes very blue. I don't think we want to speak whoever's going. I think let's just be awake and maybe head over to the other woodlands so we're closer by in case they need us.
Okay. So may I suggest stealth rolls?
What about Taika and I who are already there?
You guys, we can assume are safely under. Henrik is back. He can roll for himself. Stealth roll from you, please, Henrik.
Is this for us going up to the standing stones?
Indeed.
Okay, 0.
Okay.
God damn it, Henrik and Maud.
They're a bit. Well, Maud in particular is tired and bleary.
Mm-hmm. But we were sort of heading down here.
Sorry, can you do that again? I wasn't on the on our. You're gonna head down here.
Yeah, because I wanted to be like nearby in case they called us.
Standing stones are here.
I know. We wanted to be further enough away that if people spotted us, we wouldn't be in the way.
You will see nothing from there. Look, you have.
No, we're not trying to see anything. We're just getting close for if Julian and Taika shout the alarm.
But we do need to make sure that they are in a position to do so. For all we know, they may have fallen asleep themselves.
Julian and Taika, who are up here, as far as they know, you are here. They have no idea where you are. So how would they call for your help?
I don't know. That's Anna's plan. That was Anna's plan. She said go by the woods.
Oh, you wanted to go across along the tree line up to the stones.
Yeah, because when you said woods, I kind of assumed that you were going to make your way through here, like that.
I don't know. This is where I was wanting to go.
So, the rest of you see Anna head off in that direction. Do you follow her, or?
I thought we're going to the stones. It's almost dawn.
I don't want to. If the other two are there, they're hidden. We don't want to disturb them.
No, but we also need to be sure that they themselves are still awake. I'm not doubting either. I'm not just saying
you don't know that they're still awake. No, I like the original that tree line plan. Going up this way.
4 of us stumbling through the woodland is going to alert people. I think maybe 1 or 2 should go then and check that Taika and Julian are awake. I don't think all 4 of us should go.
All right, I'll go with Ghost.
Okay.
I guess I will just follow Anna, although I think we should just proceed directly to the church and see if they're still there. And pick them up on the way to the standing stones.
We don't want to make any noise, Henrik. We don't want anyone spotting us.
I mean, I suppose if we went to the church, we have the cover of the fact that going to the church is a fairly natural thing to do. We're not going to the stones to look out. We're going to the church to go to the church.
Yeah, and then we'll go out the side door. And we'll go out the side door through the cemetery.
I don't think anyone should see us wandering around before dawn.
I don't understand why you're taking the south path, though. Why don't we go directly north?
I want to see if anyone's wandering through the village at this hour.
You wanted to see?
Yeah, someone's got to go through the standing stones.
Okay.
Okay, so the sun is now rising. You've spent so much time arguing and debating. So Maud is heading off towards where Julian and Tyka are hiding. Anna is heading in the totally opposite direction, and Henrik is following Anna. And what is Sebastian doing?
Given the context, I suppose I might as well stick with the consensus group and go with Henrik and Anna.
Okay. So those of you that have decided to creep past half the village can all give me an additional stealth roll, please, and an observation roll to see if you see anything.
Oh, Anna sees shit.
Oh,
God.
I got the observation, though.
Henrik wasn't quiet, but bloody hell did he observe some stuff.
Okay. So I will use your observation to potentially cancel out the negative effects of your stealth roll, Henrik. So Maud and Sebastian head off this way. Keys ping, thank you. Off through the woods like that. And you guys head sort of down. I'm assuming your plan, tell me if I'm wrong, was to kind of do that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then, through the woods, yeah.
Okay, right. So as you head in kind of that direction, as you are crossing the path here, Henrik sees, because you've got a nice clean view up the central street here, Henrik sees some people here walking in the direction of the churchyard. You can only just make out their outlines. Can't really see much because it's still dark. But there are definitely a group of people heading in that direction.
I pointed out to Anna, and I assume that we hurry closer to our destination.
Yeah, Anna sees them too. Yeah, I see them, Henry. Shh. Anna's going to follow them through the trees.
There aren't any trees here. I'm confused. They're here.
Oh, Anna's just going to hide behind this house then and peer at them.
Okay, in which case I'm going to need another stealth roll from you, Anna, as you're actually wanting to interfere with people's houses. Okay. So as you approach the back of the house, somebody opens the window and leans out and looks at you and says, "What are you doing? Get away from my property." I can't hear you.
Anna's going to wave at them and move away.
Where?
Over here.
The person watches you and says, "This is wrong.
Anna sticks her finger up at them and moves off.
I absolutely love how we will deal with Vaesen, but as soon as humans are involved, we have no frigging clue. And that's
a mind your own fucking business, morning person.
They disappear from the window. Meanwhile, you hear a rustling behind you, Julian and Tyka, and Maud and...
I would like to say I would like a quick insight into what Julian and Tyke have been chatting about throughout the night.
Literally nothing. We have said nothing since you left. I'm telling you now, nothing has been said.
Well, it's the you just said that Tyke is the most secretive person. I think it's Julian, so it's the two most secretive people. So what do you want to talk about? Nothing. Do you want to share something? No.
Even like just literal like.
They had several stealth successes on their conversation roll.
Yeah.
Oh, bless them. All right, carry on.
Okay. So yes, you hear a rustling, and Maud and Ghost emerge from the trees by you.
Good morning.
I'm assuming we have also noticed the people.
Well, this is what I'm just about to say. As Maud emerges, you see a whole group of people wearing hooded cloaks heading up the outside of the graveyard towards the standing stones. Half a dozen of them. And you see them disappearing down into the entrance.
Can we stealthily, once they have disappeared, run after to get to the hole to see if we can follow them down?
Yeah, you can.
Those fucking robes.
Why do we need stealth if they disappeared in the thingy? At least till we reach it, I think we can just walk or run.
There might be some stragglers.
Stealth?
A stealth roll is a fabulous idea.
I have one.
Okay. So you all stealthy and you reach the entrance and the hole is still open. You are preparing to follow them in?
Yes. Do I have a lantern?
You still have the lantern, yeah.
Fabulous.
You and Tyka both have lanterns.
Fabulous.
Meanwhile, back with Anna, Sebastian and Henrik, have you followed Anna through her interactions with the local town folk, or have you guys stayed in the cover of the trees here?
I waited until I could hear the lady yell out her back window at Anna, and then I'm just like, fuck this, and I'm just gonna go due north from that bunch of trees up to the number 3 and the tree line and try to catch up with the rest of them.
Okay.
Waving at the lady that's still looking out the window. I give her the finger as I walk by.
Oh no,
too.
she disappeared.
Oh, okay, too bad.
Yeah.
Because I kind of wanted to do that.
What about you, Sebastian? What are you doing? Are you staying with
gonna
Anna? Are you staying in the trees
concealed.
or follow Henrik?
I'm going to stay concealed for now in case anything goes in a direction where having a reserve support might end up being helpful.
Okay.
There's always one reserved support.
So, as Henrik kind of disappears off into the gloom, and you see Anna sneaking down in this general direction, you see the back door of this place open, and the woman come out with a shotgun.
Holy shit!
Yeah, of course.
And she has it trained on Anna. And she says, "A good friend of mine was murdered last night. Since you people have turned up, there have been problems in our village. I have asked you nicely to leave. You will leave now, or I will shoot you."
Anna's gonna hold her hand up like, your friend was eaten by a monster, you mad batshit lady. Put the gun away.
No.
I'm leaving. Fuck off. And Anna's gonna wander down this way towards past the tavern. Fucking locals.
Fucking strangers, she says as she walks back in.
Jesus, great.
Think they own the place? Think they're so
Anna
much better
scoring
than we
solid 0 on people skills there.
To be fair, she didn't get shot.
Oh.
So it's above 0.
Yeah, on the Anna success factor, not being shot is quite an achievement.
It is. Just a minute.
And Anna's going to hide over the side of the tavern and look back to try and see where Sebastian and Henrik have got to. Sebastian, where's Henrik?
Doing the straight line, trying to get himself seen thing, I believe.
Great. Come on, let's go round. We'll hug these trees up here and go around and see if we can
Tree
see.
hugger.
Indeed. Gonna go around here and see if we can spot anything.
Okay. So, Julian, Tyka, Maud, you descend into the tunnels, and
Slowly
once again,
and stealthily, I hope.
you have the that lovely sense of damp and darkness and the wet walls, and it's really rather unpleasant. Give me a learning roll as you progress down the tunnels.
Fabulous, you'll pass. That makes it nice and easy.
Nice.
So the way that the light is glinting and the weird textures in the walls, you realize that the stone is almost more iron than stone. This really is quite the deposit of iron that's down here. So Von Meyer's, the tip-off to Von Meyer is really almost, if anything, underestimating quite how much iron there is down there. So there are, as I said, there's kind of little. You pass a couple of holes on either side of the wall, which are dark. There's no light coming from them, but you can make out a glimmer of light further down the hallway.
I guess we follow.
You're heading towards the light.
Yes, what can we hear?
You hear a slight murmuring of voices.
Okay.
No Latin chanting followed by a heavy book being bashed against someone's forehead, then.
I think one or two people might be a bit young for that, or a bit foreign for that, Carl.
Fair point. And for the viewers at home who aren't aware, that was a Monty Python reference.
So yes, the passageway continues, and it's on a gradual bend, and you can kind of work out that you are pretty much
heading round to be heading under the church.
Maud is going to just pause everybody for one moment and looking back over her shoulder to see if she can see the others, suggest that perhaps we should wait until we're all back together before we follow them any further.
Are you on some sort of lag, Julian?
No.
Oh, you're just not answering.
No.
So
Julian acts like he hasn't heard. He carries on.
Oh my God. Maud looks at Tyker. I think we should wait for the others.
But the tunnel is not very wide. It's not like numbers gonna help us much. We just need to see what's going on.
So Julian, you round the corner enough, leaving Maud and Tyker behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that just around the corner, it opens up into a huge round chamber.
I'll sort of put my can I sort of put my lantern sort of back around the corner so it's less evident?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
yes.
the chamber is quite well lit, which is why you could see the light coming around the corner.
Righto.
And it stretches for several meters in every direction. It's as somebody went to a lot of effort to cut this out of the iron rock.
Right.
And you can see from where you are stood that the cave walls are adorned with various symbols, some of which you recognize from the green robe that was found in Marta's cottage.
Okay.
And you can see that there have been like trenches carved into the floor.
Trenches.
You can make out very, very easily have been cut into the floor into the shape of a pentagram.
Okay. Super pagan stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you can see around this pentagram there are a decent number of people in hooded robes. Many of them are in green, and a few of them are in black.
Can I recognize them, or do they have hoods up and masks on?
Their hoods are up, so you can't
then.
really see the faces clearly. And you can hear that they're all muttering chants and prayers. Mm-hmm. Some are praying to God, others are praying to other deities, but they are all seem to be having their own moment of prayer.
That's interesting.
They're not all chanting in unison the greater good, then.
That's a Hot Fuzz reference.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, my accent comes in handy.
Well, she did have a terrible laugh. She did.
Tyker, have you moved up to join Julian, who
Yes,
you can see has
yes.
stopped? Maud, what are you doing?
Maud is very frustrated with her companions, and she is going to turn to Ghost and send Ghost to go and get the others and bring them back as quickly as possible.
Ghost runs away.
It's probably a good idea, because remember, if we didn't sort of meet up and get told much, we don't know that they're coming.
And
or we don't know how long they'll be.
Well, there is that, yes. How's it going?
Yes, and splitting up has always gone so well for us in the past.
I don't know what you mean.
If only there was a role-playing adage about that.
Well, quite. Give me, please, Maud, using Ghost, give me a vigilance roll. Because Ghost has a vigilance roll.
Is there a vigilance roll?
How do I use Ghost for the vigilance roll?
Go to your actions.
Oh, okay. I see it. Ghost vigilance.
Okay. Did you hear him?
No, I think I need to turn up my sound effects or something. Where is
It was
he?
very short.
I can hear Lexi. I can't hear the sound effect.
Sorry.
It is quite. To be fair, it is quite quiet.
I don't hear it.
Oh, it's just like a panting.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can click it on it yourselves in the thing. Right. Anyway, so Ghost runs off. So Ghost will find the three of you that are outside, Henrik, Anna, and Sebastian.
And the boy stuck in the well.
And the boy stuck in the well. And when he finds you, he sort of comes up to you, wagging his tail and panting. And then he stops, or rather she stops, he stops, they, and start to go in the opposite direction, and they turn around to face you and kind of huff. They're not barking because they're trying to be quiet, but they're kind of huff.
We follow Ghost.
They give you a soft, you mean?
They're soft.
A soft.
They're soft. Okay, you will follow Ghost. Okay, so I shall tell you when you catch up with the others based on Ghost's role. So, the three of you that are left, you see one of the individuals in one of the green robes. In fact, this one is very finely slightly more finely adorned than the others, and step forward. Into the middle of the carved pentagram. And the face is lit by a light in the middle, and you can quite clearly see Marta Kolstrom's face.
So surprising.
Absolutely nobody. And she stands in the middle and she says, "We, the free ones, have sworn a blood oath to honor nature in the name of the Lord. This has given us everything worth having and allowed Farnsta to prosper. It is the most precious thing we have, but now others are trying to take it from us. We have survived so much, but now our greatest threat comes not from without, but from within, from those who would destroy the house of God and its protector in pursuit of profit. I understand that many of you have doubted." Taika loads her revolver. "I understand that many of you have doubted our faith, or worse, turned traitors against this village, and all we stand for as members of the Free Ones. That is why I have summoned you here. Tonight, each of you will prove once and for all whether you are believers or not. And the time has also come.
Loads his pistol.
And the time has also come to present our offering to the divine.
Yep, I'm loading my pistol very fast.
Bring forth the sacrifice."
I knew it.
Two figures emerge from the dark. There's a corridor that you hadn't noticed. not quite opposite yours, but at a slight angle, and they come out of that corridor, holding a person dressed in a white nightshirt, whose upper body is covered by a large potato sack. The nightshirt shows smudges of dirt and blood from where its wearer has clearly been dragged and beaten. The person is taken into the middle of the pentagram and slams down onto their knees, where the sack is removed. And there in front of you is Wilhelmina Skytt, her hands tied behind her back and her face blooded. She has quite clearly been trying to resist. Karlstrom pulls out an ancient-looking dagger of black iron.
I'm going to level my pistol at her arm.
Right.
How far away?
In front of her. She just holds it out like this. Just sort of
How far away from them? What's the distance?
Far?
You're probably about 6 or 7 meters.
So it's not a horrific distance.
Not horrific, but it's... I mean, you say easy shot, but I know you in real life, well, I'm fairly certain you in real life will have fired guns from the 1800s. Have not fired old guns, Amy. They're not very accurate.
No, but you know, not very far away.
Well, no.
Do we see any weapons they have apart from knives? I don't know. Do we see any guns on their side?
Everyone's wearing cloaks, so it's really difficult to say at this point. So she turns to Wilhelmina and then shows the dagger to everyone. It's a really dark blade, iron. It's
blade.
a very dark iron. Now, dear child, you will be given the greatest gift anyone will ever receive. You have been chosen to become one with nature, and you shall be our offering to the Lord. Your blood will nourish the roots. Okay?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my
Roll
god.
your gun.
So because where is this shoot to?
For an entire generation and keep the soul fertile.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to roll my gun.
Actions.
Oh my god, Julian.
What? No, they've changed it. They've
Mate.
changed it, so I'm trying to figure it out. What?
They've changed it. Hang on.
I'm supposed to push part.
Equipment, put it on, and then actions.
It's actions.
I'm in actions.
So
Look at
pocket
you.
pistol.
Is it on?
Okay. Your life will be a gift of us all. Bang. I guess I better see what happens
Oh my
to
god.
Marta. No. Play as. Okay. Well, as you can see, she doesn't avoid. Oh, no, shit, didn't mean to do that. And you do hit her, which of course means, dear people,
That we are in rounds.
that you are in rounds. And
God,
that
how far away is Anna and Ghost?
that is the point where you guys turn up.
So we hear the gunshot as we go down the corridor.
Yep.
Shit. All right, cool. I assume we enter when it's our turn of rounds.
Can I shout as after I've shot that? Unhand her, or you'll all become one with nature very quickly.
You can. Absolutely.
I do. I really do.
Anna is fucking sprinting down this bloody corridor.
Okay, so hang on. Karlstrom reacts. Oh, excuse me.
No time for sneezing, Karlstrom.
Yes, come on.
I've got one of those sneezes that's just stuck in my nose.
And it won't come out. I hate those.
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to mute myself for a moment and
Always either look up or look at bright sunlight or look under a lamp.
Or say carrots or something.
To be fair, I'm staring into. I have a ring light just here around my camera.
Well, then you're used to it. It has to be brighter, a brighter light.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Yes, what I just need to do is.
Come on, mate. It's finally the really exciting bit.
Okay, that's fine. So there are half a dozen others plus Marta there.
Oh my God.
Let me just.
So in a way, evenly matched, so to speak.
Yeah,
in terms of at
much.
least bodies on the ground.
Yeah.
There will be bodies on the ground.
There will be. So yes, you guys are now in rounds, and Marta has the first go, and she slashes at Wilhelmina.
No.
Oh, frig.
Didn't we hit her hand?
Yeah. What did I actually?
Oh
get
no,
to?
you just clipped her. Unfortunately, that's too precise a shot to pass with just one success. If she'd got more successes, then
damn it.
Then I might have kind of allowed that. So she slashes at Wilhelmina. And no, you are not in battle, Nils. Bye. Julian.
My turn again.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take some steps and shoot at her again? I'm trying to cut the head off the snake here.
Yep, you can absolutely shoot at her again. Let rip another shot. Okay. And so that's another. Where is she? No. Play. So that's another. Do it this way then. It's going to be difficult.
My God.
And your shot slams into her, and she topples over backwards.
Good.
Die, evil bitch.
And all of the others scream and run off.
Fabulous.
They run off towards the tunnel on the opposite side.
Oh, thank God.
So, Taika, you're up next. Are you going to let them run or what? Well, they don't all run. One of them stays behind and runs over to Wilhelmina, who is nursing and bleeding on the floor.
For God's sake, I hate fanatics.
How can she be nursing if she's like...
Wilhelmina,
Okay.
no, she's been slashed by a knife, so she's kind of nursing the slash mark, the blood.
Okay. I'm with you.
Because she's family.
And the other, no, Wilhelmina is doing that to herself. She is nursing herself on the floor, and this other person just runs over to her.
Okay, I step forward, steady my revolver, and...
Who are you shooting? The one
the
running
running
towards.
bastard. Yes.
The one that's running. Okay. Okay.
I love that. The running bastard.
The running bastard. So she kind of just dodges the bullets slightly, and her hood comes backwards as she does, and you see it's Dorothea.
Oh, for God's sake, announce yourself, woman.
I didn't know they had my oh, and she's up next. I didn't know they had my daughter. Oh, Wilhelmina. And everyone has legged it. You all arrive.
Anna skids in. What the fuck's going on?
It's Marta. She's running the cult. She tried to kill Wilhelmina as some sort of sacrifice.
Is Marta on the ground or has she run? Andrew.
Marta is
Down.
lying on the ground.
Did I kill her? Are we out of rounds?
You are out of rounds.
I'll go forward and see if I've killed her.
You have.
Oh, shit.
And Hannah's like, what the fuck did you get up to while I was gone? What the hell's gone on here?
All the
Wilhelmina, are you
fun when
okay?
Anna is away.
Indeed. Wilhelmina, are you okay?
Why don't you administer some help, Julian?
Yes, I'm going to do that. Yes. Did anybody catch anyone as they were running past anything like that, or wherever they've come to?
People
Yes, I
running
sit
past.
down by
Be
Wilhelmina.
quiet.
They ran us the opposite
Be
way.
quiet. Now tell me, carefully, where have you all come from?
Is this Wilhelmina speaking?
Dorothea.
Dorothea. While that's happening, I'm going to quickly try and cut Wilhelmina's bonds.
What do you mean people ran? Are there other people?
Where have you come from?
The society.
Main entrance. Or what?
Yes. Where
We
have you
point
come
down
from?
the hallway.
Out. Where were you before you entered the caves, idiot?
Church? Around the church?
You didn't go in
And some of us
the
have come
church.
from our accommodation.
No, we didn't.
No.
Okay, we should be all right.
Why? What happens
The
if we go
Grimm-
in the church?
The Grimm is always in the church when we have our meetings. He will come if summoned.
Henrik! Shit! Anna's going to turn and leg it as fast as she can back up.
Can I scream after Anna?
Taika will follow.
I thought Ghost came and found me. And
Yeah,
I was
you
on my
were
way.
you're all in
Oh,
there.
really? I thought
Yeah,
Henrik
I'm
was
there.
to church.
No, I went around back because I knew that's where they were supposed to be waiting. When I saw they weren't there, I went directly to the standing stone.
Oh, okay. Anna turns around and is like, oh, thank God you're here, Henrik. Because
Yeah.
Fuck that. Okay, cool.
So where did
great.
the rest of these guys go?
Henrik, yes.
Where did what? Sorry.
Where did the other cultists go? They went out a different corridor. They didn't go past us.
Yes, that's correct.
So where
That's-
did they go? I asked Dorothea.
It goes in the.
Can Julian
points
check
to the other
over
corridor. That
Wilhelmina?
that leads to the church.
Start talking.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What's going on here? What is this fucking hooded society shit you've got going on down here?
Somebody find out where the cat's body is.
Yes, tell us where the cat's body is.
I've told you. Why? You, pointing at Anna,
Mm-hmm.
you are so full of yourself and so hot-headed you don't ever listen.
I'm listening now. Talk. You said
I told
foundation.
you where the body is. It's in the
Okay.
foundations.
How do
in
we
the-
get to the foundations?
Well, you have to dig.
Dig where?
It's the corner of the church between the Sanchrist and the main body of the church.
So we just dig down the flagstones?
Yes.
We can't get at it from anywhere down here.
No.
For fuck's sake.
I
Who-
told you that.
No, you didn't, you bitch.
Taika feels frustration of Dorothea.
Yes,
She
she
did tell us
did.
that.
She didn't. She was so bloody vague, and Anna doesn't do
No.
vague.
No, you
She
said
told us that
you
the previous one I mentioned it. Yeah,
You
she did
said
tell us that.
very, very specifically, we'll go into the caves, and she said you cannot access the bones from the caves.
In the cave, yeah.
Well, she was too bloody. Anyway, right. So that thing, they've gone there. They've gone to the church where the Grimm is. Are they going to send it after us?
I doubt it.
You
Not
doubt
now.
it?
Not
Oh,
now
that's
Martha is-
fucking comfort.
Not
But we
now
don't
Martha
pose
is
a
dead.
threat to the church.
We pose a threat to them. Anna points to the dead martyr.
But they are not the
Who
church.
control it now?
It's also daylight now.
It is likely. Ordinarily, there would be a vote by the members as to who would succeed. I would suspect that I would be voted the next leader, and therefore I would get control of the Grimm.
And yet,
Will you, considering your daughter,
Wait 1 second. So you are the second most powerful person in this little creepy twisted organization you have, and yet you didn't know they were sacrificing your child? Bullshit.
Why would I know that? Nobody knew that apart from Marta.
And
This
yet you
is-
were all very willing for it to go ahead.
Who was?
You were.
How do you know?
They said.
What?
What?
No, I couldn't hear you. What did you just say?
Oh, I said you were going to let her be sacrificed. Your daughter,
I absolutely was not.
Julian.
but the others,
What about the others?
are they?
I would have been very surprised if anyone would have killed my daughter. There are one or two that may have been able to be influenced by Marta, such as the two that brought her in. But otherwise, I can't believe that they would have hurt her.
Is there another exit?
Anna's going to point to the child literally bleeding on the floor and be like, "So what? What's this? Love bites? What's happening?"
Do I medically?
Anna has turned into a total fucking bitch this week.
Anna does not like these bloody bastards.
Anna's very frustrated. We can
Wow.
all think we're all frustrated.
I'm tired.
That was
Well,
lack of
yeah.
sleep does to you.
Lack
Anyway.
of sleep, yes.
Let's leave this creepy place, please.
Where does that corridor lead?
I'll say to Wilhelmina, can you walk?
Yes. The Grimm got me. It caught
but
me
it
last
did-
night.
But it didn't rip you apart. You're very lucky.
No, it had no desire to hurt me at all.
It had no reason to.
And so the Grimm brought you here?
The Grimm took me back to the church, and that is where Marta and the others were waiting for me.
All right, let's go to this church. Henrik, bring your crowbar.
It is getting light. May I suggest we go out through the standing stones? And that way we can avoid the Grimm.
That is the way we were going. Anna's gonna go out the corridor.
Ford is currently rummaging through her bag to find snacks for Anna, who clearly very much needs them.
Anna would like a snack. Oh. And Anna gratefully takes a snack from Maud and is like, "Thank you, Maud."
You're welcome.
But seriously though, right? What a fucking bitch.
Yeah, to be fair.
What is it you
Just
think?
kill someone?
What is it you think I've done?
Being a part of a secret society that's ordered the Grimm to kill people.
So you've killed multiple people. You were responsible for the death of multiple people. That's what we think you did.
The first time that I'm aware that the Grimm was used to actually kill anyone was when you found the man's body yesterday.
Yes.
Prior to that point,
Oh, so if it's only 2 people have been torn apart from a Grimm, then that's fine. Carry on.
Yeah, and you're part of a group that was going to kill your daughter. You stayed in that group after you.
Let her finish, please. Save
Yes.
judgment
Can I
for later.
suggest we let the lady answer the original question so that we can get the information she has?
Yeah. Sorry. Go.
I was hoping to find out this morning whether or not Marta had ordered the death. She doesn't really talk to me much these days because I wanted to sell and she didn't. And I was hoping to find some way to find out tonight whether or not she had ordered the deaths. It was still very plausible that the Grimm had just chosen to kill that poor man because it had anticipated that he had meant harm to the church.
And what, the dead priest didn't tip you off?
What was the priest about?
I don't know. There may be some sort of record in his home, some sort of evidence, or maybe even something at the church.
But
But
wait,
I don't
you
know.
voted to kill him?
You think
No,
that people
she's
vote?
just told us that the first time she became aware that the Grimm was killing anyone was when we found the body.
Right, that was yesterday.
Yes. And then
Before the bell tolled again.
No,
the bell tolled last
the night
night.
before.
Well, the night before now, yeah. So basically, there has probably not been a meeting of this group since the leader we've just killed went on their own killing spree.
Mm.
Marta's done this all by herself. She controls the Grimm. She does not need any oversight on anybody. Technically, it's always been a theoretical belief that the leader of the Free Ones can control the Grimm. In my lifetime, and indeed in my mother's lifetime, as she before was leader of the Free Ones, never has the Grimm been used. Nobody, to my knowledge, has ever even tried to control the Grimm before. It has always been a theoretical capability.
So what do you theoretically think they were doing with your daughter then?
Well, I know exactly what she was going to do. She was sacrificing my daughter to feed the Grimm.
Is that a normal custom?
No, it would have given the Grimm the ability to walk by day and night.
Great.
And to leave the confines of the church.
Meaning that it would have come for us next.
Correct.
Wait, and you said your mother was part of the society?
This society has existed since the foundation of Farnsta.
So has anyone ever sacrificed somebody to the Grimm before? It hasn't been controlled for murder, you say, in your knowledge, but no one's ever sacrificed it before? How did they even know that that was possible?
It'll be written somewhere. Marta will have come across something. She was fascinated by the law.
I am going to pocket the black iron knife.
Okay.
Can I medical Wilhelmina?
Dorothea, there are other ways out from these tunnels.
As I've said, there is one way through the church and this way out by the stone.
Does it lead up into the church?
It does, but I don't suggest we take that way because that's where the Grimm will be. You do not want to face the Grimm right now.
I'm suggesting we go up through the stones, and I'm suggesting we barricade the door and we locate all these secret society members.
Surely Dorothea will be able to tell us who they are.
I'm not really trusting Dorothea's word.
Well, I don't think we should. I agree with Dorothea that we shouldn't go up the Grimm corridor to the church. We should leave out the the original entrance and then go to the church.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't go past in the tight corridor with the
Let's
Grimm.
just get out of here the way we came.
Yeah, and a turn back the way we came.
I will also search Marta's body for any documents.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Nothing.
Let me. Come on.
There you go.
Sorry.
And you don't find anything. She literally had the robes on and the knife and nothing else.
Okay. Still keeping the knife.
Still
Okay,
keeping
let's
the
get
knife.
out of here.
Okay.
Let's get out. Maybe we can see some of the other people leaving the church as we leave.
Anne is heading up and he's going to try and barricade the doors of the church.
I thought you wanted to go into the church.
No, I want to trap him.
Oh, from the outside. So we're going to go out these standing stones and go around to try to trap anyone who's still in the church.
Yeah,
Okay,
the church.
sold.
We
I'm
need to
sold
go
with that
fast.
idea. Let's go quick.
Okay. So you get to the church. The front door of the church is wide open,
Fucking hell.
and there is nobody in there.
All right, Dorothea, give us names.
What?
I don't trust you at all,
Sure.
and I don't see any reason why. Why do you need anyone's name?
Because we need to take them to your magistrate because you guys have formed a secret murder club.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, you have.
We have done nothing illegal.
You've killed 2 people.
No, Marta has, and you have killed her.
God.
So, let me ask you this question. Captain Kuhn,
Yes.
If a member of your ship were to kill someone, would you
Yeah.
kill everybody else on that ship? Would
Is it
you be expected to die?
This isn't just one member of a crew going off on their own and killing them. You are literally, as a whole secret chanting society, doing this.
But-
You're all complicit in it.
So, if
The leader.
I
controls
believe
the
you're
Grimm.
from
England.
no, sorry, you group of people. You've come from where in Sweden?
Uppsala.
Uppsala. So you go to Uppsala Cathedral. Fabulous place, by the way. I have visited there. And a member of the congregation kills someone. You then blame everyone else in the congregation for that one act.
So you're telling us that this was something of a Sunday club for some, but for Marta it became much more.
She's also told us that Marta had sole control over the Grimm as leader, and that would have moved to her probably as a result.
I'm just the rage and the total lack of direction from you, Captain, is incredibly concerning for me. I feel like there is something very deep from inside you. That is there something from your past? Is there?
Yeah, you know what? Weird thing. Don't like kids being trapped in the woods and having knives chucked at them. So strange. So odd.
And do you
Julian
traditionally
looking
attack their
between the two
parents for
of them.
that?
Julian sort of looking between the two
And
of them says,
I
"Have
will-
I missed
I
something?"
will forever be grateful to whichever one of you it was that shot Marta. But I would not have let her hurt my child.
That was Julian. Taika shouts from the church.
Real fucking convenient to say that after the fact when you did nothing when she was attacking her.
I seem to remember you arrived after everything was finished, Captain.
I've been caught up.
Funny, I was there. I didn't hear anybody catch you up on anything.
Julian's going to stand between the two women and just sort of be like, let's be calm. We've had enough people throwing punches recently. So
Well, I take great offence at the fact that this lady seems to think that I would somehow harm my daughter.
Your daughter left in the middle of the night. You thought that was fine.
Which she does on a regular basis.
And now look at her. She's hurt. It's your responsibility to protect her, and you didn't.
She'll be fine in a day or two. She's just a little in shock, and she needs some bed rest because of her being beaten.
So when Marta started the speech that she was gonna kill somebody, sacrifice someone to the Lord, that entire time you were like, okay, sacrifice is all right. And then when the potato sack was taken off and you saw it was your daughter,
they might have thought she was kidding.
Yeah, Marta really looks like the joking sort. Especially after 2 others have died. I'm ready to bet.
Like Marta didn't tell you tonight. Marta didn't tell you tonight's meeting was a sacrifice meeting?
No, she just called a meeting.
Fucking liar.
And then
based on Anna's logic.
Doctor, is Wilhelmina okay to come home?
I'll come and check on her in a while. She's been pretty badly beaten up. But...
If I am anywhere near this person for much longer, and you can tell Mr. Meyer that there is no way I shall sign his deal. Goodbye.
I think we'll watch her go.
Right.
Applying Anna's logic universally, Anna now needs to kill everybody in our party because one of our party killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone see a spade?
It's different. Julian killed her because she was hurting someone. They killed innocents. They killed an old man.
Okay, first of all, since when did we become a police or a morality police, for God's sake? We have a job here. Let's find the body, burn it, leave. Everything else is not our business. Let's just take that beast away from whoever controls him next.
All right, come on. Let's go into the show.
Let's do that.
Got your crowbar, Henrik?
Yep. Here we go. Crowbar and axe, if that works on stone. I don't know.
Right.
I just bought it. It doesn't
matter.
No,
just the crowbar to get it.
Anna's going to go to the corner where the Lord is looking and attack the wall and floor.
So this is the area here.
Yeah.
With fear of repeating conversations we've already had, why are we destroying what is essentially a local guardian? I know it's been misused, but the last time we came across a Vaesen that we nearly killed, it turned out to be a human that's been reformed. We've got into arguments twice with trolls just because they're very literal with their legals. Not every Vaesen is automatically a problem. It's often human interaction that causes the problem.
Is not sentient, as far as we know, and cannot decide for itself, and being controlled by whoever fanatic is ruling the cult. We don't know what they're going to do next. If sacrifice went well, it could have roamed the streets a day.
That's right.
What do you mean?
I'm with Tiger.
No, yeah, I don't trust Dorothea, and I
don't trust anyone in this village. I don't trust anyone within 100 miles at the moment.
Yeah, anybody who wears the cult robes, no. There's still 9 other people here. No, we're getting rid of this.
It will be the second location in quick succession that we have removed the traditional guardian from.
If you're abusing it, you don't get it.
Right, but the sort of guardians that potentially should protect the area from the kind of big bads that we're theoretically up against.
The biggest bad is people, if you haven't noticed.
I got a forearm thrown at me.
The big bad is the thing that keeps coming into our dreams and all the like. But it's not
going to help us with that, I'm afraid.
What was that?
Anna shot the wall. She was trying to hit it with a crowbar and it wasn't working, so she shot it.
Good grief!
A part of the purpose of our society is to continue to maintain. A part of the purpose of our society is to continue to maintain an appropriate balance between the two, not some kind of human superiority approach.
Then,
Correct.
Sebastian, you don't have to dig.
No, you're absolutely correct. We're not the. What was the other society that just wants to kill Vaesen? I keep forgetting the name of that.
The Rosenbergers.
Yes, that
The
was it.
Rosenbergers. So yeah, we're not them, but obviously this Vaesen doesn't have the mind of its own, and it can be controlled by people in this village. Even
And
if
at the moment, there is no priest here, and there is also no specific leader of that particular society, which will possibly form again in some way soon. And so it's just best if we get rid of this now.
Yeah, even if you trusted Dorothea to be a noble leader and never use the Grimm to kill again, who takes over after her?
We don't know what will happen in 10, 20 years' time.
When does the next Marta come along?
I'm assuming these are the conversations that the other type of society had made them the other type of society.
Are we digging yet?
Anna's been whacking at this stone thing and failing utterly, and now shot the wall and is again attacking with a crowbar and making no dent in this thing.
I love the fact that she literally set up a shot and we haven't done anything.
Does anyone want to give me an investigation roll?
I'll give you one.
Let's do something else.
Oh,
2.
well done, Julian. So, as you search around the area in this corner, you see that these 2 stairs are removable.
Right.
They are not fully fixed.
Foundations. Right. So
Crowbar,
I'm going
go.
pass me the crowbar. Here we go.
Force test.
And I think crowbar gives you +1, I think.
Come on, you
Doesn't it?
fucker.
Okay. So you're able to crank open the steps, and underneath there is a hole, and up against the wall under the hole is a door. Very little.
Can I just open it?
Door. Yep. And
I open
inside is a small casket.
I'm going to very gingerly take this out.
Okay.
Let's light a fucking bonfire.
Well, let's. I say
No,
we.
We'll
I
be
say we
nice
go
about
outside
it.
to do it.
Yeah, we'll go do it in the churchyard. We'll put it in a little hole and we'll set it on fire.
Sounds
Great.
good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
As I'm walking outside, I'm sort of carrying the casket, going, "What was that thing about the skull on the wall, anyway? Did anyone find out what that was about?"
No.
No, throw it in there. Throw it into the fire. Who cares?
It's cemented to the wall.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, we've grabbed some bracken and some small wood and put it in a small pit with the casket on top and light it.
I do think we should open the casket and double check this is the cat.
Okay, yeah, let's do that first.
Crowbar.
Well,
That's
you
you.
don't need a crowbar to open it.
I'm gonna keep my nose away from it.
It's quite small. It's
Oh,
only
it's
kind of
tiny.
like that sort of size.
Christ.
Yeah, okay. Somebody take a look in there. It's probably gonna stink.
Julian,
All right. Can I look? What do I do?
Inside are some bones that look like they could have belonged to a cat.
Yes, I think we're fairly safe to say this is the thing.
perfect.
Okay.
And a lantern, pour the oil over it, and set fire to the bastard.
Oh, just a moment.
It's too late. It's on fire.
Yes, all right, but almost so am I.
Sorry.
Bloody fanatics, yeah, absolutely.
Forming a death cult because you assume someone's in a death cult. Indeed.
Absolutely, yeah. Killing something that's already dead.
Does anything happen as the flames go up?
We've done weirder things.
We have.
So the flames go up, and the casket begins to burn, and as it burns, the bones start to glow. There's like a red glow, but not like you expect from a fire. This is a very, very bright, luminescent red. And it joins the flames. And as it does, you start to hear from underneath you the howling of the Grimm. It is screaming and crying. The level of pain that it must be feeling is beyond imagination. And from inside the church, you hear a crashing sound.
Oh my
and
God.
you hear the howl coming now from within the church.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit. Back up, people, back up.
And you just hear crashing and bashing coming from within the church as the Grimm is clearly throwing itself around inside. And the next thing you realize is that there is smoke coming out of the church.
I think we've accidentally set the church on fire.
Not again. Is that our fourth or our third?
At least
And
second.
before too long, the whole church is ablaze.
Fuck.
So,
I weren't using it properly anyway.
So, I have a suggestion. We go and get our things from Marta's house, and we leave immediately.
Seconded.
We could also set the mill on fire on the way out of town.
No, why?
What would we do that for?
Well, then they would definitely sell the town, so we would at least get something out of this.
No, Henrik. You're a
Sell the
priest.
land.
You're
It
insane.
follows a similar logic we've been using so far. Destroy everything we come across.
We don't destroy everything we come across.
This
Well, if
thing
we
is
destroy
dangerous.
it, first of all, the mill belonged to Marta, so whatever.
So now
And then
she'll
everybody
probably
would sell.
I mean,
And we'd at least achieve our secondary objective that we were originally tasked with.
yeah.
Well, we wouldn't, would we? Because the major landowner in town won't sell anymore because Anna pissed her off.
Well, I feel like I can salvage this.
Okay, go.
Let's not try.
What, you're going to shoot her too?
Let's just
Yeah, that
grab
could
our
be-
things. Let's grab our things and go home.
We're also going to break into Marta's room and double check for any documents about controlling Grimms and stuff.
We never opened the safe, so yeah.
And the safe. That's right. We got to double check that.
I just need to point out that we will not be remembered well by this village.
Yeah, I know. We'll be out in an hour.
We killed one of their elders, so to speak. We have killed their guardian, which I think was the correct thing to do, no matter how heartbreaking it just sounded. We've accidentally set their church on fire, and now we're about to disappear off into nowhere.
Well, then
I
we
don't
should.
think we can count on these people for a reference.
Do you want to say goodbye? To whom? People who were in the cult? People who, you know.
I think the argument
Yeah,
is
already
we can
unwelcome
take Anna
here.
and Julian with us on future trips.
Well, if we recall, this is the church was also the only stone building in town, so I hope the fire won't spread to other buildings. Hopefully, does it look like it?
Maybe we should try and put it out.
We can't. It's fire.
Well, let's just go.
Let's get out of here.
Fine, let's hurry before they throw stones at us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Or
Marta-
pitchforks. Anna looks at Julian.
that's right.
Sounds good.
While everyone's packing up, let's do Marta's room. Try Marta's room again.
Okay, so you go back to Marta's. You search her room and you find nothing relating to the Grimm.
What if we put a bullet in the safe?
Or you could just try opening
Opening
it
it
again.
with Tyker's help.
Is it definitely closed? Have we tried just open it?
Okay, let's try that first.
Yeah, it's locked.
I'm sure we
Okay,
tried,
right.
yeah.
All right.
If we're
Also-
really obsessed,
Okay, how about it?
There we go.
if we're really adamant about locking this particular horse after that, listed
Also,
with
what
the
happened
door
to
after
our
the
ship?
horses. If we're absolutely adamant about locking this door after this particular horse is bolted, then there was a suggestion that the reason the vicar died was because he had information on the Grimm.
Right.
Yes,
Now we
should
killed
check
the
this
Grimm,
out.
so we're okay.
We should check
Or you
this.
just wanted to go through the documents to see if there was anything on the Grimm.
Yeah.
Well, because remember, she was the one who had the. Dorothea just told us she had the knowledge of how to control it.
Julian looks inside the safe.
The safe is totally empty.
Hilarious.
Damn this woman.
So where the fuck is my Bible and Anna's pistol?
Should we have a bit
There
of
have been
investigation?
things messing with us.
Why do we think she
before we
took
got here.
those?
Exactly.
Because
It's
this
probably
is
got
her
more to-
house. She's first.
It's her
probably got
house,
more
yeah.
to- It's probably got more to do with the dream we had on the train and the wolves following it and stuff like that than it has to do with anything in this.
We're being stalked by something completely unconnected with this particular case. Don't forget that.
Do you ever feel like a rat in a trap?
Yes.
Or like a mouse
Arguably,
under the occasional paw of a cat that knows where all the possible exits are?
I don't know how far behind they are on YouTube, but somebody watching on YouTube is finding you funny, Julian.
Me.
Mm.
Thank you. I think.
Arguably, everything is connected.
I just had a lol Julian comment pop up.
Maybe we should check Priest's house after all, if there's nothing here.
Yeah. We might as well. We're on our way out of town, and everyone's worried about the fire. Let's go check the priest's house too.
Well, I
We
mean,
are
to be fair, you don't actually know where the priest's house is.
Anna's heading to the tavern.
I thought somebody pointed at it last night.
So, yeah, you don't know where the priest's house is.
All right, let's get out of here.
How?
You have a carriage?
What carriage?
I don't know. How did we arrive in this place?
Von Meyer's driver brought you. And
Does
then
he not
left.
have driver still here?
No.
We're going to have to just walk.
How long is the walk?
Well,
it would be a lot briefer if we had a Grimm breathing down our necks, I'm certain. But we need to get out of here, and we need to go now before people put 2 and 2 together and make that 4 that is actually the 6 of us.
So, just as a little reminder,
It was like a day away on carriage.
it took you a day by carriage.
We need
through thick
transport.
woods, which will have all sorts of animals
Boars. I hate boars.
and bears. Or were you just being dyslexic?
And lions, oh my. I loot Marta's kitchen, and I make sure everyone has ample light sources as well as loading up everyone's bags with food.
Does Marta not have any carriagey, horsey stuff?
Oh, yeah.
How about me and Julian visit Dorothea, check on Wilhelmina, and ask her for help leaving this place as a kind of reward for saving her daughter?
Try it. Yeah,
Just
try it. Why not? Try it.
Without Anna, okay?
We're not getting
might
any
get-
worse reputation in this village, so you might as well try it.
You might have slightly more luck if you lean into the getting rid of us quicker approach.
The church
Yeah,
is... All right, as we go, can I sort of look off into the
The
distance?
church is also on fire when you're asking for help.
Yeah. Might not go well.
So yeah, as you leave Marta's house and head up towards Dorothea's, let's return to that map. You can see that there are a large number of people ferrying bits of water up and down the line, chucking them at the church, and you can see it's not going to work. Alas. So yeah, you get to Dorothea's house. Assuming you're going to knock on the door.
Yes.
And she opens the door and she stands there and she crosses her arms and she says, most sensible thing you've done so far is leave that captain behind. What can I do for you?
How's your daughter doing?
She's shaken, but she's a very strong-willed lady.
Do you want me to take a quick look at her?
If that is okay.
Of course.
May I ask you?
Yes.
Why
Taika?
did you decide? Yes, Tiger Gilpert. Why did you decide not to sell after all? I thought you wanted your daughter to see the world.
Oh, I do.
But
like... you're our representatives of Van Meyer, and after the way that that lady spoke to me, why on earth should I do business through you?
I mean, that's fair, but we're more intermediary, and we were lied to too, in fact. So, yeah, it's up to you. I don't think you should. It's not my place to influence the decision.
But no, I absolutely want to leave this place.
What's your plan then? Just, if you have one, what are you going to do? Are you going to become the leader after all?
I think with my backing, the rest of the village will sell. And then Wilhelmina can have the life that I never did. She's an extraordinary woman.
Yes, she's
I have
very brave.
I have educated her the best that I can, but there are schools, universities, opportunities for women that...
Have I seen to Wilhelmina and made sure she's okay? Do I need to do a roll or anything?
Yeah. I mean, yes, she's got a nasty cut, which will leave a scar, but she's otherwise, and she's battered and bruised a little bit. But in talking to her, she doesn't seem... I mean, she's hurting, but battered and bruised is something that she's used to with her escapades.
Can I slope in and say, you don't have to sell to do that?
But I do.
Why?
Because they will give far more money for me to sell than I could ever make by staying here and selling it myself.
Do you want to leave, or is it just for Wilhelmina?
I've never wanted to live here all my life.
Very well.
You've seen this village. There's nothing here.
Yes. There really isn't anymore. And
yes, I see the church has burned down.
That was an accident, very much so. We didn't bring the fire anywhere near the church. Yes.
Makes sense, really.
It wasn't anything against you as the semi-elected by default leader. We don't know who would have come into charge of such an organization years into the future. Who knows if somebody doesn't resurrect the thing by meaning the cult years into the future. We couldn't take the risk. I hope you understand.
The cult, as you call it, on the whole was not a bad group. This village has flourished in a way that no others in this area has, purely because of the existence of the Free Ones. It isn't an organization that needs to be bad. You don't need a whole apple to be bad for it to become rotten.
Quite right, and you can do all of whatever you were doing without a Grimm.
Indeed. And of course, whoever buys this land will find it much easier to develop without the guardian of Farnsta,
Quite
trying
right.
to stop them.
I cannot guarantee anything, but the fact is that your daughter does seem to have a lot of what we might say nous about her.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wishes to be educated further, I have a cousin who works at Uppsala University. I can see what he can do.
Give me a manipulation roll, please, Julian.
I'm trying to be kind. Why the frig do you want me to manipulate?
Okay.
Whether you sway her or not.
She holds out her hand.
In what way? Like that? I confusedly sort of like take it and kiss it quickly.
I see.
That wasn't quite what I meant, Doctor. I
Sorry.
thought that was how men of business secure their deals.
I'm not a man of business, and I'm old-fashioned. Forgive me. He's got a bit of a twinkle in his eye as he says that, though.
Oh, so you want the extra 2 dice for flirting?
Stress is on the old.
Wow.
Oh, wow. They are a long way behind us online. They are currently just inside the church. So whatever the lol Julian bit was about, I have no idea. Okay.
You were going to ask a question about horses.
So,
Yeah,
wait. So, I'm somewhat guessing that if you help my daughter, you would like me to sign the paperwork with Maya.
Personally, I don't care. You do as you wish. However, myself and my companions find ourselves potentially at the wrong end of some local pitchforks. Is there an easy way to get back to Harnessand without walking through a boar and bear infested wood?
Well, there's a carriage behind the mill.
Marta has a carriage.
Behind the mill, yes. Have you not been to the mill?
Not properly into it. Is it
No.
Marta's? We wouldn't be stealing from
Yeah.
somebody who is
Yes,
still
it's
living?
Marta's. Yeah.
Yes, Marta owns the mill. That's why she is in charge of the village.
Or rather
Because
was.
she controls everything coming in and out.
I would also appreciate it if you don't let anybody know that it was me that shot her, if it's found out. I don't know what will become of the tunnels now, but
They will be mined if it's solved.
what will you say when they find a dead body down there?
Will they?
Take care of yourself, Miss Skytt.
Best of luck, Dr. Summerby.
And so yes, Julian, a little bit invigorated, runs out towards this carriage. Like, yes.
So yes, obviously the mill is here.
I checked the. Okay, so I've been while they were having that conversation, I was taking all of Marta's food and packing it into bags for our trip.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check Marta's office for stuff. Can you help out?
What, the one at the house where the safe
The one at
was?
the mill. We've already been to the house. If she has an office at the mill.
Okay. So are you doing that whilst Julian and the others are, or are you waiting for them to come back?
Well, I assume they came back to Marta's house and said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's a carriage at the mill. Let's go load up. So I've got bags of food and we all go to the mill, I assume. Right? Everybody?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to the mill. And hang on, I've got some stuff on the mill here. So yeah, it's on the, as you can see, it's on the bank of the brook there. and there is a huge big water wheel running through the brook, which basically powers the saw that's inside. The bottom of the mill is stone, but most of it is wood, a very dark wood. And there's nobody there at the moment. I've just realised I haven't put a picture of. I haven't got a copy of the mill online for you guys, but never mind.
But wouldn't it
So-
still be somewhat early, like 8:30 or something?
It's probably well after 9 at this point, with all the talking you've done and digging up. It's probably actually nearer 11, sort of 10:30, 11 o'clock at this point, because of the time you spent fiddling around in the church and digging up the
Fiddling.
and burning and
I feel really bad about that, Grimm, but
raiding the house and all that sort of
You
stuff.
know, we should have brought the coffin home. We should have brought that cat coffin home and installed it in our castle so we'd have our own Grimm.
Not sure that's how it works, Henrik.
no, I don't
I know. I would have tried it though. Anyway, since Emma has to leave soon, I thought we could sort of wrap this up. So the office of the mill.
Yes. So you go into the mill, and it's one long room with a machine room off it, which where all the workings are, and you can see there's just like the trees come in, and then there's a huge saw in the middle that breaks the trees up and cuts it into halves and things like that. And right at the far end, there is a door which leads into an office at the back. And in the office, there is
nothing according to them.
It's like there might be a chair, but apart from that, no clue.
So hanging on the wall, hanging on one of the walls, is a large. Well, not hanging because it's painted on the wall. Is a large pentagram with Liberarum Foedus carved in there, which means the League of the Free. And there are carvings carved into the wooden walls, which a learning roll, please. Which Henrik realizes seem to describe a sacrificial ritual. It seems to be pagan in origin, but there are Christian elements woven into it. And in a drawer on the desk is Anna's pistol and your Bible.
Oh, thank fuck. Bloody creepy Martha.
I'm going to grab those items, of course, and with the crowbar, I am going to deface that wall to eliminate all of the symbols.
Give me a force roll. It's quite a solid force.
I told you there's a chance. All right, 2.
Fine. You are totally able to remove those inscriptions.
Any other documents or books in the desk or a little secret safe or anything?
No, nothing of any interest.
All right. I return the pistol to Anna and suggest we get going.
Thank you. Anna's going to check over the pistol, make sure it hasn't been tampered with in any way.
Okay. So you head back happily to. I'm assuming you're going to get back on the. You're going to get on the in the carriage and trundle back to Harnesand.
Indeed.
Oh, doesn't it seem a long time ago that we were there?
Good grief, yeah.
In the carriage,
Also, we
asked Julian, did she sign it?
You didn't have anything for her to sign.
We didn't need
You
it.
didn't. You didn't take.
Yeah, that's
anything with
okay.
you. Yep. So,
That's great. This is my plan for the conversation with Van Meyer when we eventually get back there. Everything went great. You do have to, they'll agree to sell as long as you promise to rebuild the church. There was a small fire. We were not involved.
We had a sort of good cop, bad cop thing going on.
Have we just gone straight to him, or are we just rehearsing what we're going to say?
Well, that's my plan. I kind of wanted to zip ahead while Emma was still here.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can have this conversation, decide what you want to say in the carriage journey there, I suppose.
So that was my plan.
Whatever it is you guys agreed to right now, I will tell you how he reacts to it, and then we will stop.
That was mine. Was everything went great. There was a little problem with the church happening. Everything's fine. They're going to sign. You're good to go. But you have to rebuild the church properly.
Yeah.
You should probably also go yourself. Also, we do charge a little bit extra when we find out we have been lied to by omission.
Okay, I wasn't going to bring this up. I thought we were just trying to get out of there.
Shut up, Henrik.
Lied to about what?
About why, specifically, else you might have been interested in the land.
The mining, you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
You should have been upfront with us.
Yes, I will do your XP for you, Maud. But we won't do anything else after this. All right.
Thank you. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Z's.
Oh yes, because definitely want everyone present for the next bit. I'm not quite sure why the mining affects the nature of our deal.
Well, there was more at stake, and it pertained to a lot of people's worries, and you omitting it, and us not having the information earlier, might have caused a death.
Whose death?
The priest's death. If we'd known more information when we went in, we might have been able to better assess the situation earlier.
Well, I wasn't really aware that many people, the only people that should have been aware of the my request to get the church should have just been, well,
the people that I sent. I only found out about it actually, obviously, from a letter that they sent back to me. Hammerstrom is the one that told me about the iron, and I responded to his letter saying, well, then we definitely need to acquire the land. But he was under instruction not to discuss it with anyone else.
But you should have discussed it with us.
It was confidential. And as far as I was aware, it was not relevant. My apologies if you believe it had an alternate effect on how things transpired, but my understanding was that only Hammerstrom and myself knew.
Yes, but he was missing and we were negotiating on your behalf.
Correct.
But
Without
it's all worked out
all
for
the
them.
information.
We've negotiated. They will sell to you. We did play a little bit of good cop, bad cop. So don't mention me. Lean on the whole Julian thing when negotiating, and it will go a lot smoother. But yeah, and we look forward to our money. And I hold her hand out.
As per the terms of our agreement, I shall finance the renovation of part of your home.
Thank you.
And expenses, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Although you shouldn't have had any because I've paid for this all anyway.
Yes. Anna quietly does not mention the fact that they still have the money and never paid Martha.
Ha ha ha. Right. Well, you found out what happened to Hammerstrom, I assume.
Yes.
Oh yes, he died. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had a feeling that would be the case.
Perhaps an incredibly large gift to anyone he might have left behind.
And they've sent a letter, I believe, that might have arrived before us about his, or I guess not, that was yesterday, about his the return of his remains to his family.
Of course. I will arrange that myself.
All right, nice doing business with you. We'll be in touch.
Will we?
Well, he's going to fund our castle, so we have to send him an invoice or something.
Right. So, on that note,
We go home.
You're going to head home.
Oh, this bloody mystery, mate.
Oh my god.
And
What a headache.
and
I
we
think
will
next time we should start by burning the church.
So it would have
Just
saved
get it
some
out of the
time,
way.
wouldn't it?
Just get it out of the way as soon as we get there.
As soon as
Well-
we see a church and something to do with the church, right, that's going up in
We're
flames.
gonna check everyone's wardrobes for robes.
So it's going to be, remember, 24 hours for you to get home.
Yeah.
But we will start off with your train journey next time.
Lovely.
Cool.
So, excuse me, hiccups. I guess the XP. Did you participate in the session? Yes, you did. We had annals, so that's an extra one. That's great. Did you confront any Vaesen?
We burnt in one.
Sort of.
Kinda, yes.
Yeah, like we were
met
in
it
the room.
briefly.
Very indirectly.
Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't actually confront a Vaesen,
No, we
so
didn't.
you won't get the points for that. Did you identify an unknown Vaesen? No.
Nope.
Were any of you affected by your dark secret? If you believe you were, please send me a message and I shall confirm yea or nay. Did you take risks to protect other people?
I don't know if shooting someone counts. I don't know if that was a risk enough on my part to
Yeah,
save
I
them.
don't. I wouldn't say you took a risk.
Definitely protected.
Because you definitely protected someone, but you didn't take a
Protect,
risk
but
to
no
protect.
risk.
Yeah. Have you learned anything?
Do we ever?
We learned about the whole secret society, the sacrificial of the daughter, all that rubbish.
Yeah, we learned all the secret
We've
society.
learned about this League of the Free.
Okay.
We also learned the final confirmation as to who was actually responsible for things, which we didn't know for certain prior to this session.
And that some people have the knowledge to control Vaesen for their own purposes.
Well, we knew that already.
I guess so.
That was literally the whole thing with the ball.
Oh, right, that's right.
I mean, to be fair, you could also say that you learned that Anna can go fucking psycho.
Go psycho. And it was fine.
So yes, you can have an XP for learning. Did you develop something in headquarters? No. Did you perform an extraordinary action? No, I don't think any of you performed anything extraordinary. So 3 XP, people. Unless you think your XP, your dark secret was stimulated, in which case you shall get an extra one for that. I am just doing Maud's XP now. There we go. Maud's XP is done.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to roll that.
Can we settle our health, as it were, a little?
Nope. I mean, you can, because you can have a scene where you interact with whatever your your object is.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Which enables you can use that once per session if you have a scene just or some time interacting with your object, with whatever that does to help you. It gives you rest and enables you to heal 2 things, which would be all that you would need to do.
I do that.
Anna would also like to do that.
Yeah. So yes, can absolutely do that, no problem at all.
I guess that's my. I don't really have an object. No, it's my. I guess it's my cross. So I lose 1 mental damage.
Is yours your cross?
I guess so. I don't have an actual trinket other than the cross that was the last of the wood from when my parents died.
Talents.
Did I actually say it?
Equipment.
No, I never.
No,
Really
you don't. You've not got a. You've never chosen your memento.
So it's the cross that is made from the wood of my house that I wear around my neck that I made myself from the house, that the very last house I lived with my parents before they died. It's this one right here.
Yeah.
Did I miss something? I don't think I even knew there was a memento.
I think if you go to your if you edit, yes, it was part of the setup. Everyone was meant to choose a memento.
Yeah. What section is it in? Or I guess I didn't.
It's under equipment, and it's down towards the bottom. I'm just sorting yours out now.
Yeah.
Henrik. Oh, you could do that though. It's your.
I can do it.
Yeah, custom.
So that's what it is. So does that mean I lose 1 damage?
You can heal 2 bits, as it were.
Of either one.
One of each, 2 of the same.
That's cool.
Yeah. And get ready for a train ride, people.
Great, because those always turn out wonderful. Look out for wolves.
Oh, don't worry. You don't need to look out for anything on this one.
Oh wait.
Okay.
So yes, we will deal with that next time because I want everyone present.
Yep. Awesome.
Fabulous, people. Right. So, as things currently stand, next Friday, Lexi and I will not be available. Everything is subject to change, but as things currently stand, we will not be available next Friday.
Yeah.
So, let's just say goodbye to people watching online.
Thanks for everyone who tuned in.
And everyone watching online, keep an eye out on the events because I will schedule the next session when we know. Otherwise, yes, everyone, you lovely people out there, thank you very much for tuning in. And we shall see you all another time as soon as it lets me to disconnect.
3, Taker.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye-sies.
That's really peculiar.
We should have killed Dorothea.